Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Trading Forex is risky. Don't be an idiot. Use risk management. Enjoy the video. Hello traders, my name is Jamie and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I make videos about smart money concepts and institutional Forex trading. I upload trade breakdowns and analysis a few times a week, so make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of my future content. So, in today's video, I'm going to be going over a trade that I took on pound US dollar, which as you can see, ran to over 12R. I did take partials on this trade and eventually was stopped out in profit, but it still managed to give me a total gain of nearly 6% overall for my account, which I was really pleased with. Now, the main reason that I'm going to be showing you this trade is because I did take this trade midway through a larger move. It's not massively away, but as I'll show you in my analysis, there was entries that you could have taken up in this area up here. I logged onto my charts late, so my actual entry ended up here. But I wanted to show you this because I wanted to show you that sometimes you can get just as good a trade, sometimes even better confirmed, when you wait for the market to show you its intention and show you which way it wants to move. For me today, this was coincidental as I was busy and wasn't on the charts early enough, but it's a really great example of why it's not always massively important that you catch a move in the market right at the top or right at the bottom of where it's coming from. Anyway, without further ado, let me clean off this chart and show you the analysis. Rightio, I'm going to start this analysis on the 1 hour chart. I do have some analysis of pound dollar on large timeframes on some of my previous videos, so if you're interested then please feel free to go onto my channel and check those out, but in order to keep this video a little bit shorter, I'm just going to be starting on the 1 hour. Currently in price, we are in a short-term pullback as part of sort of a longer, more extended bullish move. And what I did identify, I did my analysis on Sunday night. This was a Monday trade. I identified on the 1 hour chart, firstly, this order block here, this last up candle here before we had this very impulsive bearish move to the downside. This is valid because it pushed up above these highs here and absorbed the liquidity. Then we had an increase in volume that caused the market to move to the downside and break structure here. That's all I was really looking at. Well, that's the main thing that I was looking at on the 1 hour chart. Then going down onto the 15-minute chart, just out of interest as well, I did also identify these order block candles up here. Again, these are valid because they pushed up, absorbed liquidity, then caused a big bearish move to the downside that broke structure. These were both my sort of point of interest for the day, as we could see that the price had been moving up towards the end of last week. So for me, it was just a matter of observing price action when price returned into these areas. So I will play back what actually happened at the beginning of the day on a lower time frame for you. So as London opened, you can see that we absolutely smashed through the 15-minute POI. Again, like I said, I wasn't on the chart at this point. And we move up into the 1 hour POI. Now what happens is we sort of range for a bit. Then price drops off quite rapidly, so some kind of sort of distribution going on up here, and then returns up. Now, if I'd been on the chart at this point, I would be looking for an entry around this last order block candle here, with a stop just above the high there. Looking to take it to the downside because I know this is a valid order block because it was part of a move that went up and grabbed the final liquidity above these equal highs here. Then we had a big bearish move to the downside that broke these structure levels here. So if I'd been on the charts, I would have been looking for an entry there. That would have triggered me in and then dropped off to the downside. Sorry about that, my recording software crashed again, which was really annoying. But anyway, as I was saying, I logged onto my chart at about 11 o'clock in the morning and I was just observing price action on the 3-minute chart. Now price action was pretty choppy and I wasn't really sure what was going on. I was potentially looking for an entry off of this 3-minute order block here. As you can see, it grabbed liquidity to the upside and then caused a break in market structure to the downside. However, we did sort of have some unmitigated order blocks up here and a bit of imbalance, so I wasn't 100% sure of this. However, we came back up, would have got a good entry off that order block potentially, and then started to move again to the downside and break market structure. At this point, I was more interested in a short trade because price was showing that it was moving down quite efficiently from this point and that we might be able to see a bearish move to the downside from this point. So I identified this 3-minute order block here As you can see, pushed above these highs here and grabbed the liquidity and then caused a break in market structure to the downside. So now that I'd identified my order block on the 3-minute chart, I was just waiting for price to return to the area. I set a limit order, a limit sell at 1.39120 with a 3.8 pip stop loss, so just give myself a little bit of breathing room above this previous high here. What I'll do now is put a screenshot up onto the screen from my MetaTrader just to show you that I did actually take this trade this morning. And somebody commented on one of my videos and said, would you be able to show us like a screenshot from your broker to show us that you're actually taking these trades, just so we know you're not cherry picking any of these trade ideas. So I'm going to start doing that now. So as I said, coming up now will be the screenshot from my MetaTrader 4. Now, if you've watched any of my previous order block scalping videos, if not, I will leave a link in the little iCard in the top corner now for you to watch them. You will know that I like to take my first partials at 1 to 3, and then what I like to do is let the rest of the position run, and I'll trail my stop behind any structure. So, as you can see, price returned up into our order block area, and literally just wicked us in with pipettes of drawdown, hardly anything. And then price started to move off to the downside, hitting our 1 to 3 profit target really quickly and absolutely smashing through it. So I took off half my position, giving me a 1.5% gain on my account and leaving the other half of the position to run. So as you can see, after this, price sort of came back up again and pushed down, came up and pushed down. Now I was cautiously trailing my stop behind these structural highs here. And then we get to this point. Now, at this point, I did actually trail my stop to here at around 1 to 8.5. Now, I wouldn't call this the best lower high, you know, even though it did sort of break this structure to the downside. However, if we move on to the 1 hour chart, you will notice that we were starting to reach this 1 hour bullish order block. So because of that, I decided to just quite aggressively trail my stop to these sort of highs here, just in case the market did decide to reverse, which if we play price onwards, you will see that it does. So it turned out to be a really great place to finally trail my stop to. So on the second half of the trade, which was 8.5R, which gave me a 4.25% gain on my account, giving me a total gain of around 5.75% on my account for this trade, which I was really pleased with. So I will leave it there for the moment. I hope that this video has made sense. The main point that I want you to take from this is that it doesn't matter if you don't catch a move right at the top. If anything, your trade idea will become more valid once you wait for the market to show you its intention and show you what direction it wants to go in, rather than jumping in too early thinking that you might be catching a massive move. So if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave it a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks a lot and catch you all soon.